century that was held in 2010. As we're working on the book, after a few years, we did a Kickstarter campaign, so we also wanted to thank everyone who's here from the Kickstarter campaign. I hope you pick up your book. Thank you all for contributing. That's the way we raise most of the funds, and it's nice to actually see the various people from all these different things, contributors to the book, Kickstarter people, and the things that have kind of emerged afterwards. We also, as a result of the Kickstarter, Carrie from Doppelhaus Press found out about the project, and she was very interested. We're very grateful to Carrie for kind of taking an aggressive editorial stance to kind of expand the conversation that we're having in the book, which was about architectural history and the competition, to really consider the Dingbat apartment today, like what it is today, because it still is, it holds within itself the body of the Dingbat, the urban condition of the Dingbat, all these kind of issues that we're talking about today. So she deserves a lot of credit for the sort of editorial adjustments of that, and bringing in things like photographing, the great photographic series by Paul Redmond, who's down there, is included in the book, to kind of get beyond the facade of the Dingbat into the people and their lives. And then we'd also, where's Jessica Fleischman, the designer of the book? We'd like to thank Jessica for the design of the book. We think it's beautiful, but also captures the kind of proper tone of addressing this thing in a kind of critical way, again, beyond the sort of the way it's been looked at before in the past. Most of the time, this kitschy object with decorative aspects of it. Going back just a little bit into the background, again, 2010 we started the competition. We did a series of events around that competition. We found that the discussions about the Dingbat was very interesting between the competition jury, evaluating these kind of new entries that looked at the Dingbat, but also the panel discussions we had. We organized a couple of panel discussions, and some of the panelists are here, and those discussions are all included in the book. And we just found that there's a number of very interesting subjects that kind of, again, flow through the body of the Dingbat. What became interesting to us was how dense an object in the city the Dingbat is. Many people, many of you, some of you still do, have lived in a Dingbat or live in a Dingbat now. Many people have lived in a Dingbat but don't know it's called a Dingbat, and don't know about its sort of history and the significance it had to kind of help post-war Los Angeles densify in a sort of horizontal manner to build up kind of density of the city and to be the sort of gateway into the city for working class people, lower income people, and it still exists that way today. So some of the stories you'll see in the book are people like, I moved in and I moved into a Dingbat within a couple of weeks. So as an urban condition in the city, both the neighborhood, the urban conditions, and this sort of artifact which is now 50 to 60 years old, all these things like the preservation of these, what really are dumb stucco boxes, but the issue of the preservation of modern in the United States, the kind of vernacular modernism, all these aspects and issues became, so the discussion around this is what we became interested in talking about in the book. Again, beyond sort of the kitschy facade, but also. Do you want to add anything to that?
I will, but you want to first talk about.
Oh yeah. Okay. So. Yeah. So
Thank you, John.
Again, the sequence. We start with a competition, and we're looking at the background. Just briefly, the term Dingbat was introduced into architectural discourse in 1973 in Raynor Randall's book, Los Angeles, the Architecture of Four Ecologies. And so in the architectural academia, that was sort of the way it was referenced. Later, John Chase wrote the essay Stucco Box, which really talking about stucco box architecture in Los Angeles, specifically apartment buildings, but in a way really kind of focusing on that. John, and the book we've dedicated to John is John Chase and John Beach, who did the essay Stucco Box back around 1993. And then John also consulted with us on the competition, was involved in a jury panel discussions, and really laid the groundwork, we feel, between Chase and Bannon. Jonathan, if you want to come I don't know if come out. Thank you for coming again. And if you knew John, say hello. We're really following in kind of footsteps of these people who kind of lay down this critical discussion, because it was there, may not have been that much paid attention to, but it's been there, and we're sort of following up on that. So, okay.
Yeah, so I think maybe the thing that, so I'm kind of maybe classic in a way, so, in that I moved to Los Angeles, stayed